You know, these homosexuals are a bunch of disgusting perverts and pedophiles. The Bible says that homosexuals should be put to death.
The Utoya training course will teach us how to use alternative narratives to fight against hate speech. And I think alternative narratives are just to use other language to protect human rights and think about something positive against the hate speech.
I'm not telling you to be quiet. I'm asking you to please respect her. In Spanish, in English, in Chinese, in French, whatever language you want me to say it, I will say it to you, whether you're born from here, Puerto Rico, wherever you are from.
Weekend Manual is developed as a tool for youth workers, educators and young people to work with their peers on developing counter and alternative narratives to hate speech. It's very important when you take action on hate speech to first analyze the hate speech itself, to understand what it tries to promote, what's the oppressive narrative and who it targets, so who it's trying to mobilize to join the discriminating actions. The second step is then to analyze, okay, but what's the alternative? And develop your own message and distill from the message your own slogan. Then you need to develop the outreach. How do I promote my slogan so that it reaches those that need to know? And then finally, you need to assess the impact. Is it reaching the target group? How do they respond? Do they have maybe other questions? And then you need to follow up on that. And then you start the beginning again to analyze the process.
They are everywhere, in all Polish towns, on houses, walls, fences, pavements, inscriptions full of hate. That climate of racism and homophobia accompanies all of us at every step. We've got used to it, and although we do not agree with the meaning of the inscriptions, we do nothing to work against them. So what should be done to make people stop being indifferent? We've managed. But how? In Polish cities, we've taken pictures of hater inscriptions. Our photographs have been inserted as billboard ads just next to the places the inscriptions were actually written.
The human library is just the method of non-formal education. It's method to make a space for the dialogue and get to know the other people. This is like the normal library, but instead the books you can borrow the people and just talk to them.
There's a huge power in dialogue. There's so many stories, I think, that if you just listen to them, your racism or your thoughts about others will change completely.
Yeah, and then it's also about creating those places where young people can meet and learn more about each other. So I think that's also an important job for youth workers or educators to actually create that sort of safe space when it's also okay to be a bit prejudiced, because I think we all are, to listening to others, critical thinking, to see the complexity, that is not so black and white, but we are all very different. And we don't have to agree on everything. We still have to have some sort of ground rules of how we live together and talk to each other.